You're welcome to this edition of the program. Thank you, Wale. Thank you. What the major national security that is facing Nigeria right now is a Boko Haram issue. There's a school of thought that believes it's a law and order matter. And I said law enforcement agencies, including army and every other person in the world, should get this responsibility at the state in getting their governments. But there is also another school of thought that believes that Boko Haram issue could be resolved, then there should be a carefully packaged settlement program. But that is the only issue. What is your take on this?
Well, the two schools of thought, their views cannot just be dismissed. But the Boko Haram issue has gone beyond another thing. Because the Boko Haram has become a part of Nigerian socio-economic crisis for development for about 2 years now. Or even 2 years was too long. After the April elections last year, that's when the Boko Haram thing surfaced. And the solution to the problem is political. And that is why I've always canvassed that we should appeal to our northern political leaders, particularly our colleagues from the north, to try and attempt to find political solutions to the Boko Haram affair. Because, during the elections, some leaders in the north said clearly, and they were recorded by the media, to have said, if certain things did not happen, they will make Nigeria ungovernable. I'm not accusing them of being the brain behind the Boko Haram crisis, but I'm saying that, just typical of what you used to say, that a witch cried yesterday night and the child died this morning. Yes. Who does not know that the idea of yesterday has been responsible for the death of the child today? So the political leaders must take it as a challenge, particularly the leaders from the north, to ensure that they find solutions to the Boko Haram problem. Killing innocent people will not solve the problem of Nigeria. And when you kill innocent people, you say you are making a point. What point are they making? We don't know. And even it has got to a point where we don't even know who their leaders are. We don't know who their leaders are. Whether the leaders are young, old, middle-aged, or whatever, we don't know. But that notwithstanding, I appeal to our leaders in the north, please sit down and give us solutions, political solutions to the menace of Boko Haram. Because honestly speaking, we cannot continue in this fashion, where innocent people will be losing their lives every day, all because of one factor that, some of them said, you don't want Western education. I don't believe that kind of story. And we have been told that many of them are graduates. And when they are graduates, how will you say you don't want Western education? It goes beyond that. And that is why I said political issues are surrounding the activities of the Boko Haram, and political leaders, particularly from the north, must assist the nation in arresting this grave matter.
We are talking about the insecurity in the northeastern part of the country. But also in other parts of the country, we have the issue of insecurity as well. And this is my second question, that almost all over Nigeria, it is the state governments who are currently bearing the brunt of running forest improvement to the Nigeria Police Force. We are talking about the east, we are talking about the south, we are talking about the southwest, in the middle belt. The state governors are buying vehicles, equipments, even money and things like that for the police. Meanwhile, this is supposed to be a federal responsibility. Year in, year out, funds are appropriated for the police and other law enforcement agencies. What is happening here, and what should be done in order to get this state of insecurity behind us?
Thanks, Wale. Very, very, very intelligent question. One must commend the state governments for what they're doing. In fact, I was looking at the newspapers and I saw the picture of Ajimobi. Getting Bola Tinubu to come and commission some 60-something vehicles that the government of Oyo State had bought for the police. These are very good things. But we also cannot say that the federal government has not been doing the same thing. The federal government has been doing the same thing. But I believe that because the state governors are going beyond the limits of their powers to ensure that they include police in their budget, one must commend them. But after having said that, the socio-economic problems Nigerians are facing have dated significantly too. When I was in the university, in the 60s, in the Civil War years, employers used to come to the university campuses and employ labor So the graduates at that time were fully engaged within 3 months of their leaving the university. But it's no longer so. This crisis started in 1982. And with that crisis, we have had many, many years of graduate unemployment. In Ibadan, I ran into 2 young men who sell newspapers about a week ago. And believe me, their story is something which will touch the heart. The 2 of them are Osu. Their surname is Osu. One is an engineer. The other one is in the Open University, studying to be a graduate. And I asked them, why are you selling newspapers? They said, well, that is the only thing that gives them their means of livelihood. And that is what is happening in most of the states of the Federation now. And therefore, the insecurity you are talking about has roots inside the unemployment which is facing many of our youngsters. As I've said, the state governors should be a problem. But we must task them and the federal government to create jobs and see what we can do to ensure that we minimize this unemployment. For as long as it remains, many of our youth, educated youth, who really are very, very brilliant people, will be moving to areas to safeguard their own interests, and you won't be surprised that if they move into barbing, they will try to leave with barbing. But if they move to armed robbery, then we are in trouble. Because the armed robbers we are going to produce are going to be educated armed robbers that will be very difficult for the police to nab. Because they are not just ordinary people, they are educated. They know the worth of education, and they know how to use their education to prepare whatever they are doing. So the insecurity in the nation must be faced by the governments of our country, state and federal, to ensure that we create unemployment. The last public appearance of the president in his monthly interviews with the press, yes, he also talked about that thing, which is very vital. And the state government must be accepted to that thing. But having said that, look at it now. In our own time, we didn't have anything called OPC, Ebesu, Yandaba, all these Niger militants. But we now have them because these young graduates are moving to all these places to ensure that they can safeguard their interests and the corporate interests of their areas in Nigeria, with the fact that they ensure that the country moves along lines of social justice and lines that do not, in fact, allow people to be exploited very badly.